Welcome back. All right, so another news of the day video, just a quick video before we get into tonight's action. Remember, there's a game starting at 3, so the action does get started early. Dylan Larkin is being evaluated, seeing a specialist. Now we know it's his neck. They're not saying, but they're also saying he may very well only miss the one game with the suspension, and he may be good to go for the next game. So that's why I haven't said a whole lot about it. It is possible that he's just out one game and he's back for the next one. It is also possible he could be out for a while. The whole Larkin situation, I know that Wings fans are mad. There's been a lot of discussion about how I've reported on it. I did say I totally understood why he would turn around and lash out at Joseph with his neck issues. And again, it is one of those situations where Joseph should have been penalized on the play. I think it's a 2-minute penalty. If we're gonna suspend for any and all pushes into the boards, which again we see these a lot. I've talked about it in reviews for years that I feel like there's a lot of dangerous hits going on. Niku took one in the preseason, and you will always have people saying, "Hey, he turned his back." I don't know. He turned his back. That was on him, and where we'll blame the person that takes the hit, and that happens a lot. And I saw that with the Larkin one as well. He took the hit. He turned his back. You shouldn't turn your back. It is hard to play the puck along the boards without turning your back to the play at least a little bit. So again, I hope Larkin's not out for very long. We don't know how long he's going to be out. We'll see. But again, right now, for now, it is just the one game. They have not. I've found nothing confirming that it's a long-term injury or that he would miss more than that. And again, I understand the upset, but at this point, we don't know how far this has gone. And again, I stated with the suspension, I think it makes more sense to suspend him for the next game against Tampa because that game could be an absolute mess. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. Yoki Haru, according to the coach, Don Granato, will miss more than a couple of weeks for the Buffalo Sabres. So it's going to be a while, it sounds like. So they got busy on the waiver wire today. They pick up Wolanin on waivers from the Los Angeles Kings. Wolanin now officially kind of bouncing around the league a little bit. But for the Buffalo Sabres, it's a depth defenseman that gets in there. Butcher got into the lineup today for Buffalo in that game against Arizona. I thought he played well enough. So we'll see whether or not he now becomes a healthy scratch. Wolanin takes his spot, or if Wolanin becomes the number 7 for now. So Buffalo dealing with an injury that I think they have enough depth in their organization to deal with for the next couple of weeks, maybe a little bit longer than that, right? The Calgary Flames tonight are looking at a lineup of 11 forwards, 7 defensemen. Because Coleman's out with his suspension, they're going to have 11 forwards, 7 defensemen instead of going 12 and 6. So just a small thing for Calgary, and they're going to have to deal with Zach Kassian, who will and has been cleared to play tonight. So Kassian, who suffered a head injury in the game against the Canucks, and so he's back. He's okay now, so that's good news. Out of concussion protocol and cleared to play. The Anaheim Ducks have added to the waiver wire. They've put Greg Pateryn and Derek Grant on waivers. I'm a little surprised. I mean, Pateryn was in the lineup last night. Grant has had a bit of a fall from where he was a few years ago. A few years ago, he was one of my favorite energy players for the Ducks, and it has been a tail off in his play since then. So, I look at the fact he's from Abbotsford, and I think, is this the kind of guy that maybe the Canucks would put in a claim on because of the losses they've had on their waiver wire? I don't think they intended to lose Gadjevich. I don't think they intended to lose McEwen. And so I could see them putting in a claim for Grant to try to make up for the loss of depth that they've been going through. So waivers, we're seeing a lot of guys getting claimed right now. And that's a difference from last year. Remember last year where because of the border situation, almost nobody was getting claimed. There were some decent names on the waiver wire. Vince Dunn is out. He's day-to-day for the Seattle Kraken. So Hayden Fleury will be in the lineup instead. And so for Seattle tonight, we'll see how things go for them. It's quite the road trip to start the season. If they come home from this road trip with a good record, Seattle could be pretty decent. Again, that division, it feels like, is really wide open. So if Seattle can get that road record to be good for them, and then they've got the emotional uplift of their own fans when they arrive home to play against the Vancouver Canucks, it could be quite the game. So they talked about the value of teams. A couple days ago I saw this, so I want to talk about it here. It's a Saturday, sure, nice casual video and all. The Toronto Maple Leafs are valued as the highest valued team in the league at $2 billion. That's the value of the team. And the lowest valued team is the Arizona Coyotes at $410 million. So this, what's going to cause this is going to be there's debts, there's buildings, there's all these other revenue streams that come in. Toronto has a lot of money coming in. So this is why when there's grumbling about salary caps here and there, it's because if there was no salary cap, Toronto could spend $150 million on players. And honestly, I don't know that they'd necessarily bat an eye. But for Arizona, of course, things are quite different. So in a non-cap world, Arizona would be basically they'd be done. I don't see how they'd make it work if there wasn't a salary cap set up. So yeah, that's the difference in valuation. If you're following any of the AHL stuff, I will try to be doing AHL video once a week. I want to make that an AHL video every Monday, since the AHL games are usually on the weekends. Abbotsford's opening their AHL season tonight in Bakersfield. They open here locally next Friday. I do intend to go to that game. I do have season tickets for the Abbotsford Canucks. It does limit how many times I'm going to see the Vancouver Canucks. It makes not a lot of sense for me to have tickets to a hockey game here locally, and then on that same night, go to a game in Vancouver to watch the Vancouver Canucks. So it's kind of interesting, having an AHL team here, and it would be nice to see as many games as I can. So I do intend to be at their home opener on Friday, and as a season ticket holder, I get access to the streams of all of their road games as well. For tonight, it's just NHL. It's 13 games. If I added a 14th game that was AHL, it might be a little bit much, just a bit. But yeah, so hopefully they do well in Bakersfield tonight. And yeah, we'll see how things go. Everything locally, there's some real excitement for the Abbotsford Canucks. So we'll see how things go. I still think if they'd gone with a name other than Canucks, might have been fine. But that's all good too. So yeah, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. And hey, Red Wing fans, we're still friends, right? Keep in mind, I really want to see the Red Wings do well. I was rooting for them last year. Mickey Redmond's one of my favorites when it comes to color commentators, and so hopefully they have a good year this year as well. And it would be nice to have a video where I'm not talking about injuries and specialists and all of that other wonderful stuff. So hopefully at some point soon we can talk about trades. When does the first trade happen and who makes it? So in the comment section below, tell me who you think will be the team that makes the first trade during the regular season. And who do you think goes? I don't think it's going to be Eichel. I get the feeling that's not going anywhere. And I'd also add, if Buffalo keeps doing well, there's almost no pressure on them to trade Eichel, right? So, all right, let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.